What's happening, people? It's your boy, Brother Winston. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at this video about this young man who died in one of the most preventable ways. It's a very, very unfortunate story. Okay. It's just really, really sad. But it's definitely a learning lesson from this. So that's why I'm playing this video. So let's check this out, y'all.
Watching a college wrestler with just minutes left to live. He was suffering from heat exhaustion and desperate for a sip of water. His parents say his coaches refused to help. Here's Lisa Guerrero.
This college athlete is literally dying for a sip of water. He frantically tries to get into this building, but the door is locked. Grant's parents say he ran to this water fountain in a desperate attempt to find water, but the fountain was bone dry. His body was later found just yards away from here. People tried in vain to give 20-year-old Grant Brace CPR.
911. We got an emergency. I got a student. We found passed out. He's not moving. Is he breathing? No, I don't think so.
A lot of people refer to him as a gentle giant. You know, he was a big guy, kind of intimidating to look at, but so soft and kind like a teddy bear.
Grant's grieving parents, Kyle and Jackie Brace, say their son would still be alive today if only his coaches had let him get a sip of water.
So basically, he's a wrestler. He's 20 years old, so he's not like he's 5 years old. He's 20 years old. All right. His parents have invested a lot in his life. Okay. And here it is. He needs water. And the coaches say no. This is very important because there are a lot of times, and I've seen this. All right. I've done martial arts as a child. I do martial arts actually right now, not like in a super big way, but I do it on the side. I know a lot of martial arts. I know a lot of boxers and mixed martial artists. And sometimes you can get a coach, or just in a regular sport, that is very, very hard. And if you're young, you may not know your body. You may not understand what they're telling you is not good advice. All right. And this is extremely unfortunate. I believe that these coaches, though, they're definitely at fault, not just because they didn't give me water, but because they should have known that if a person is saying they need water really, really badly, you can't just say, oh, well, just push through it. Okay, because you'll know their body.
Just begging for water. Guys, help me. Please help me.
Can you describe what was going on with Grant in those last moments as he was trying to get through the doors?
It was hot. It was very hot. The surveillance video showed that he was trying to get in the school to get help, wasn't successful, and then was found close to a water fountain on his hands and knees.
An autopsy ruled Grant's death was preventable. The cause? Exertional heat stroke.
It's inexcusable.
On the day he died, Grant's parents say his coaches made him run up and down this steep hill 7 times. But when Grant became exhausted and begged for a water break, one of his coaches allegedly told him to keep going or he'd be kicked off the team.
So there you go right there. He didn't say, listen, you know, you're a weakling if you get some water, which he shouldn't have said if he did that. He said he'd be kicked off the team. So this guy has worked, I'm sure, much of his life to get to this point, and you're telling him you're going to be kicked off the team. All right. And he's 20 years old, and he's worked a lot to this point. He's saying, well, I'll just push through it. I'll give you an example. For example, right? I have a coach, okay? A boxing coach who is very hard, all right? Very, very hard. If you try to sit down, for example, if you're tired, he'll be like, don't sit down. We don't sit down. We could be there for hours, all right? But if my legs were really killing me, I would sit down anyway. All right. There are times when I need to get something to drink. He may not want me to get something to drink, but I know my body. If he didn't want me to get something to drink, I would just get something to drink. But I'm not 20 years old. Okay. But it's important that if your children or your kids are doing any kind of sports, that you make sure you let them know these things, because this is not the first time something like this has happened where a child has been overworked or, something like this and they passed away, unfortunately, like this. All right. But it's very important that the youth know, okay, if you're young and you're watching, is that you understand you have to know your body. If you feel like you need water, that's not something to play around with. All right. Tell your children it's not something to play around with. I don't care what the coach says. If you feel like you need to drink something like right now, because the thing is, you could be doing just fine and then be pushed to, in one day, within a matter of hours, you could be pushed to the point where your body needs, all right, water. Like right now, they had him run up and down that hill. You're putting a lot of pressure on your heart. Okay. These things push push strokes. Okay, you put all this kind of pressure on your heart. You need water. The body functions with that. It's like a car driving with no gas. Your body say, I need gas. I need gas. And this is really important. And they were just saying, keep on going, keep on going. The mindset of these coaches, I don't understand what they were thinking. Okay, I really don't understand that, except for we're gonna punish you. Okay, but when a person says they need water once again, and you have to do all that kind of stuff, I just think that it's hard to understand how the coaches couldn't have seen this could have possibly happened.
They called it Punishment Hill, so it was known on campus.
It was a grueling day of practice in 80-degree heat here at the University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky. And
I gotta say this too, okay? They say it's 80-degree heat, right? Sometimes, for example, a coach may be like, well, I'm used to doing it. I'm used to being out here 80-degree heat every single year, 90-degree, 100-degree heat, depending on what state you're in, okay? It's nothing for me. I'm used to this. Yeah, but a person that's not used to that will not be used to it like you are, okay? Once again, that's why it's important you tell your children this, all right? It's hot outside. Make sure you do X, Y, Z. If the coach says this, don't, because the coaches, they can feel like, listen, it's easy for me. I'm not to have coaches tell me to say, do this, it's easy, and feel like you're a failure, talk to you like you're a failure, okay? Not just coaches, but teachers and many people will talk to you like you're a failure because you can't do something that they could do, but they're not thinking about how it's them a while to figure out how to do it, or they've been doing this since they was a kid, okay? So for them, of course, it's easy, all right? But for you, it may not be that easy, and your bodies may not be trained to do that, okay? So, this is very, very important that we understand these things. It's a shame, but I'm sure his parents never thought that would be what they would be having him doing. You know what I mean? And they would have thought he's in the right hands. He's in the hands of coaches of this university. Everything should be fine.
Friends on the wrestling squad made an effort at giving him water. But according to a wrongful death lawsuit, his two coaches yelled Grant needed to get the water himself. That's when the young man struggled to find water, only to face a locked door.
He was panicked. He clearly needed help, and he wasn't getting help from any of the coaches or any of his teammates.
Grant's parents and their attorney, Jamie Monkus, sued his wrestling coaches, Jordan Countryman and Jake Sinkovitz, and the University of the Cumberlands for wrongful death.
I knew very early on there was no chance this family was going to be silent in talking about what happened to their son, because their main priority was to raise awareness and to tell the story of what happened.
I think the coaches ultimately were responsible.
His heartbroken sister, Kaylee, shared voice memos the family discovered Grant had recorded before he died.
They don't give me a break. They're all constantly on my ass about the littlest things. It's a pretty messed up situation.
In them, she says Grant refers back to the previous season when he was already worried about his coach's alleged abusive behavior.
Grant's daily blog for mom and dad in case something bad were to happen to me or the coaches were mistreating me.
Hearing your brother say, I'm recording these in case something bad were to happen to me, there's no words.
Grant's final words on those recordings.
I'll see you later. Until next time.
And that's a shame. That's a real shame. This is important for some of you women who, may never be involved in any kind of sport, like combat sport or anything like that. Or men, that would never do anything like this. It's important that you understand the world that these people are stepping into. Okay, I know something about, and I've always been working out from the majority of my life. Okay, I've always been in shape, so I know how it is to push your body. I know how it is to push past your limits. I know how it is to put yourself in a dangerous place. All right, it's important that you tell your children, these things. Like this. Here it is. This guy, he knew that the coaches were pushing him really, really hard. You may say, well, why didn't he tell his parents? Why didn't he talk to his parents about it? Probably because he was at that school and that's all he felt like, well, this is what I have to do. I just have to be strong and get through it. That's how men think. Okay. I have to get strong and push through it because other people have also. The coaches are talking to me like it's boot camp in the army, but at the end of the day, it's for the greater good. And in the day, that's how they feel. All right. But a coach can make a mistake. Coaches can see, this is the thing. Everybody's body is different. Okay. If a person is saying they're in great need or that they're in distress, it's the coach's job, it's the trainer's job, and whoever's job to say, okay, well, if you need to do this, do it. And they shouldn't be shaming you. All right. You can tell from what he said. Okay, let's go back and listen to what he just said here.
recordings.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll see you later.
And to me, there's no words.
Grant's
The coach is mistreating me.
Hearing
All right, so he said they're mistreating him. So that means that they're probably shaming him if he was having an issue. All right. And it's a shame. Some of these people, they look at these students as just cattle, as just, just money, dollar bills jumping around. If a child loses his life on the field or whatever the case may be, or becomes invalid and severely injured, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they wanted to play the sport and they knew the risk when they signed up for the sport. Okay. Does that mean no, we shouldn't play any sports or any wrestling or any kind of contact sport at all? No. But I'm telling you, like, I'm in my late 30s. It took me a while to understand, how my body works, because your body's like a car. You know what I mean? It has different gears that it goes into. It took me and not only that, but this is the thing. As you age, even from 10 years old to 20 and so on and so forth, as you age, your body operates differently. We all know this. If you're in a world of exercise, which she was in, you always have to be monitoring how your body is operating. And especially young people, a lot of times they don't do it. They just say, I could just do the same thing. Like, for example, the guy Grant, he had to run up the hill like 7 times or whatever, right? He may have had to do that 2 or 3 times before, and he may have been able to do it. But on this day, when it was very, very hot, because they may have punished him before, he said they mistreated him. This day, he tried to do it very hot, and he didn't understand what was going on. The coaches didn't care. He was saying, I need water really, really bad. They didn't care. No one's telling them to do that. So now he dies of heat stroke. All right. Am I blaming him? No. But what I'm saying is that we have to understand, to train our children up in this understanding, and for the children also to know these things, to listen to your body over someone else shouting at you. If your body is saying needs help, you need to listen to it. All right. Never let a person, and if you're in these type of sports, or any combat or whatever, understand that if your body is saying something, all right, because trust me, I'm always in shape. I know how my body works. All right. You need to listen to it. For example, okay. One thing I started doing it in my older ages, I started doing things to help my stamina, to get my stamina up. All right. And a lot of times what I do is I run on a treadmill, with something I never really liked to do before. I run on a treadmill more now than ever before, because it helps my heart. All right. And a lot of things that we do when it comes to exercising, it involves our heart. I know guys I work out with. I have a family member, for example, right, who has been injured a few times doing exercises. And I keep telling him, I say, listen, you need to stretch before you work out. He'll say, I pulled this, I pulled that. I'm like, you have to stretch before you work out. A lot of people, you'd be surprised, don't do that. And this person is an actual trainer. All right. Like a certified trainer. There are people that are trainers. Okay. Trust me, that don't do things that they should do. People that are working at Planet Fitness and LA Fitness, there are places, there are gyms that are trainers that know certain exercises that you can do, but don't know. And they may even have read some books about the body, but they really don't understand how the body works. Okay. Because there's a science to it. And how to get the body going. Okay, like me, for example, when I'm on a treadmill, I'm just get on the go at the highest speed. All right, I understand how my heart works. I'm paying attention to my heart. I'm not looking at my heart rate. Some people do that. You can if you want to. I don't do that, but I'm monitoring my heart. One day may operate one way. One day may operate a different way, depending on what I ate, what I was doing. So it's a variety of things that can affect your body. But there are people that I see all the time, and I've been seeing people for years. Okay, since I've been growing up, that be saying, "Oh, when I get in the gym, I'm gonna do this amount of sets. I'm gonna do that amount of sets. I'm gonna do something this," and it's all about numbers to them. Okay, like it's a video game. But exercise and staying in shape is not about just hitting certain numbers. It's about paying attention to your body and being consistent. Consistency is what matters most. Not just doing like they told him, run up here 7 times. Okay, whether it's as a punishment or maybe they look at it like it's a beneficial punishment because you're doing something that's gonna get you in shape. All right, but if his body was not ready for that and it's 80 degrees outside, that could only hurt him. And any exercise can be dangerous if you're not doing it in the proper way. People think, oh, you're bench pressing, you don't have a spider, this and that. The weight could fall on your neck. It's a variety of things outside that can happen to you, as we see here, if you're not monitoring your body correctly. Okay, I'm telling you, it's so true. So, excuse me, I've been hurt before at the gym. I've been hurt before exercising with just different things. Okay, that I didn't may not have expected. Certain exercises that I've done that, didn't think like they were doing anything, but then I got injured. I said, okay, I know I should have been doing this that much, or I see why this happened. Okay. But I'm telling you, this is sad. Like when I see this, I just think, man, like it's just gonna be easily avoided. And I heard stories like this before. I heard a story like this like last year, and it's just so unfortunate. Family's sad. The parents did all they could to invest insurance into their son, and because of awful and terrible exercise practices and practices because from these from these coaches that he's training in wrestling, he loses his life for no reason at all.
And your brother say, I'm recording these in case something bad were to happen to me. There's no words.
Grant's final words on those recordings.
I'll see you later. Until next time.
But for Grant, there'd never be a next time. The death of a college athlete, and his parents say it's all because he was denied a sip of water.
It's so egregious. It's absolutely disgusting.
Without admitting wrongdoing, the university and Grant's coaches settled a lawsuit with the parents, the school agreeing to pay $14 million. The university also says it will work with an expert to raise awareness about heat-related injuries.
They could have gave him $100 million when they brought their son back. You understand? It doesn't matter how much money they give him, sad to say. It's just so unfortunate, I don't know. I'll probably make videos in the future talking about these things more so when it comes to being aware of your body. All right. Because I believe that, of course, he's so young. He didn't know. I wish that he had said, listen, if y'all want to keep me off the team, and let me say this too before we go. I don't want this video to be too long, but I have to say this. If you're anywhere, okay, and a coach tells you that, or somebody gives you an ultimatum like that, you need to leave. All right. No one should be pressing you to tell you to do something that they want you to do. And if you don't do it, then all of a sudden they're going to just leave you completely because you don't do something they want you to do right then and there. That's not how you coach. That's not how you work with anybody. That's not how you do business with anybody. All right. It's such a shame, such a shame how this all transpired. But let me know how you guys feel in the comments about this, guys, so other people can learn. If you have anything you want to add to this, put it in the comments. Like the content, make sure to subscribe, liking the video, more people see it. Please share this video. And yeah, y'all, I'm out. Till next time. Peace.